We're live.
Oh! Whoa, Manny, this is the most graphic. This is the most graphic thirst trap thumbnail of all time. And I've never seen anybody happier. Even Wendy Chu looks satisfied about this one.
I mean, there was multiple things I could have went with.
Has nothing really to do with what's going on in the week. We got all this crazy breaking news to talk about, but this is what Manny felt like posting as our thirst trap of the day.
See, I couldn't actually physically fit this into the title. So the title of today's show is Chaos in the lead up to Deadline, which kind of ties this in. And then the Acclaimed defeat FTR. So I could have had this as one of the thumbnails, but why would I do that?
Yeah, why? That's not. Why Scissor Daddy ass? We can Cindy with Scissor Wendy too. What you call it, Mandy Rose?
It's Fallon Henley.
That's what's going on here.
But then,
oh yeah. I don't know why. I don't know why I thought it was Mandy. I know who's in the match, but for some reason that looks like Mandy right down there.
But once you get done watching this image, this is what you'll probably look like.
No Sherry girl like, thank God. Relieved. Or hell, I forget her first name for some reason, and I'm getting up and I'm just like, oh boy, that's a mess.
And then of course I could have just gone Win Sensible and went with Yes Boys.
Yes, the holiday season could have came in. You could have opted to Yes Boys and the strange mustache man here, who looks like he just got off work at UPS.
Well, Woods looks like he's wearing his best uncle's fit.
Yeah, he looks like a UPS driver. He looked like a UPS driver. Like he just got off work and like, what can Brown do for you? Maybe win the tag team titles. Yes, boy. Although that
Woods is younger than Kofi, yet he looks older than Kofi because of the way he's dressed.
He looks like everybody's uncle. He looks like a throwback photo. That's how old Woods look. Like, oh, we still got that? What year was this? That was 1985.
Yeah, it does. It does. It looks like we should drop a sepia tone on top of Woods, and he'd look like he's from the 70s.
Yeah, if you put him in that photo you have of Bivens and what's her name? Oh my God, I want to call her say it, but yes, he would fit right in the background right there.
Best cop drama show ever. This is them capturing Shayna Baszler.
Oh, you got me today. You got me today, but I'll be free tomorrow.
Yeah, so we'll be back right after this.
I'm Shotzi Blackheart, the ballsy badass, and you are watching the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. Remember to like the video and subscribe.
Hey! Oh! Check out the Marcus and Manny show. I hate you both right now. You guys are ridiculous.
Hello, everyone. I bet you're wondering where's Marcus. Well, he told me he sent me a tape in first that I need to play. So here we go.
Hello, Manny. This is Marcus. I just wanted to let you know I am currently live from the World Cup. I am in the crowd with my Senegal family and brothers as we take down England. We're taking them down today, and we're going to take them down every day. I support Senegal 100,000%, and I can't wait to release hell on you. But in case I have something bad has happened, I want to say I have breaking news. Breaking news. You know, I am the sharpshooters for life. I want everybody to know that, just to let you know. Oh, but I have breaking news that Sasha Banks will be joining New Japan at Wrestle Kingdom 17. It's an exclusive for me. Now, hopefully, this video is released before this news actually break, so it don't say Sean Ross Sapp or PW Insider or Dave Meltzer reports. Hopefully, they get me or nothing bad has happened to me. But I will release it. I will release this, and it's gonna happen. And on top of that, we have negotiated to release a Brittany Griner as well. We have done that, and all the paperwork is going to be done. All we had to do was exchange the freedom of CM Punk and Wiggle Riggle out their contracts of AEW. That's all we had to do. By doing that, we will free Brittany Griner. But this video is not going to matter anyway. Senegal would have won. We would have survived, and we would have destroyed England 6-0. 6-0. So, Manny, appreciate it. Continue the thirst trap, but this video won't be necessary. Everything will be just fine. Thank you very much, everybody. We're not even muted. This graphic just goes on and on. Well,
I just want to point
video
out,
didn't work out.
It did look like you called in sick one day and you were just trying to get out of work one day. Be like, I'm at the Senegal game, but
it has happened. It has happened. That's been one of my call-out six. Well, I'm at the World Cup. That's clearly the same corner. We've seen you in our business Zoom meetings, Marcus. No, but I'm at the World Cup. For real. It's true. I'm not lying. You don't hear them? They're cheering in the background. It's insane. It's insane. I'm in Senegal right now. Marcus, the World Cup is in Qatar. What?
You mean it's not 1994 when it was in the USA?
I'm in the wrong place. I've traveled time wrong again.
So this was another nonsense opening to the show.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Nonsense with thumbnail, nonsense with bits. But we have so much cool content today. Or content that somebody else created that we're gonna probably shit on or talk about. We have so much content today that we had to add more.
Yeah. Let's just kick it off. So we got the reasonings why Regal is going back to WWE and why Tony Khan has released him, granted his release. Regal in October asked for his contract option not to be taken up to Tony Khan, which prompted a 90-minute meeting as to why. Regal wanted to go back to WWE.
Minutes?
Yeah, apparently it was a 90-minute meeting with Regal, with him. He wanted to go back to WWE and spend time as a coach and be with his son. Bailey is his son's name, but we all know him as Charlie Dempsey.
Hey, we was a Bailey.
The agreement was that Regal cannot be used as an on-screen talent in WWE for another year, provided he works backstage.
What is this
So
contract?
But he's still technically he's granting his release, but then I don't know if it's a gentleman's agreement on whatnot.
Yeah. I'm so confused on all of this because one of the horrible reporting on all of this. His contract's up at the end of the year in January. So if his contract's up at the end of the year in January or whatever, he can easily just be like, I'm showing up on TV. I don't have to listen to you, Tony Khan, to sell this injury that I got killed by a Dynamite ring.
Steven Regal, Royal Rumble confirmed. He can't be William, he'll be Steven.
Yeah. Oh, the fact that I want to just be with my son. No, his whole plan was to get the fuck out of here. Triple H got fired. My boy. That's the reason I'm leaving. I want to go be with my boy. Oh, your son, Bailey? Yeah, that's who. Yeah. That's my boy. But what he really meant was his boy Triple H. I want to hang around my homie.
Yeah.
I want to hang around Hunter, Paul, Levesque, Sean, all the guys.
And then I don't know if you want to touch on any of these, but Miro is apparently well and healthy. Just AEW creative haven't got anything for him.
What is
Ronda
that?
Botch. I don't even understand that. I just like, how do you not have creative for one of the most creative things you had in AEW, which was the Redeemer?
And then not even that. Not even that you have nothing for him to do creative. It's that this is a show that has no storylines. It's like Seinfeld. It's a show about nothing. Like literally, you throw Takashka out there every week to have random matches to get people to lose, or fucking the Butcher and the Blade makes TV this week. You have nothing. Absolutely
the Bunny's
nothing.
got a title. The Bunny's got a title match for a title that doesn't even belong to AEW.
Yeah, you dug. I saw them dig up Brian Cage out of the dead, and they have nothing for Miro. What are we talking about here? Get out of here. Get out of here. You just don't like the man. Why don't you submit it? You don't like the man. And you're too afraid that you're a bitch to just release him.
Yeah. Ronda botched apparently that DDT spot at Survivor Series apparently to protect Shotzi because she hadn't practiced the move. Because she hadn't practiced the move. I was like, why are you suggesting the spot if you can't do it? Stupid.
I want to call bullshit, but maybe truth. That's how stupid it sounds. That's stupid.
The Punk of the CM has been posting pictures on his Instagram story of his time in the WWE. One with Gallows in the background.
He's reminiscing. Those were the days when people loved me. Now everybody hates me for what I did to the elite. None of these words rhymes in this song. But could you imagine him showing up in the Rumble and just making everybody sick?
It'd make everyone sick, but it'd pop a reaction. Though. That's the thing.
Yeah. It would honestly be, if I'm Tony Khan, that is literally the worst thing. That's kind of my worst nightmare right there, just because I hate this. I hate this man. And the pettiness of the elite. Like I would just, if I'm Punk, I'm just showing up in the Rumble just to do it. Just to get the reaction. Just to show that, hey, I'll fuck my enemy just to stay away from you losers. And then at that point, I'm Triple H going like, Rumble has stopped. CM Punk has entered the ring. Give him a microphone. Give him a microphone and a cupcake. Let him talk. Let him talk.
You know, for the sake of it, I would probably bring cupcakes to the Royal Rumble and just throw them into the ring. if he appeared, I'd throw him like they throw streamers at Ring of Honor.
Yeah, cupcakes and fizzy water. He celebrated with that. And his microphone will modulate his voice. It'd be his whole gimmick. That he's Mr. Cupcakes and all that. Instead of Cookie Master, he is now Cupcake Master Punk. But this theory, as I broke, earlier in the week, with Steve Austin being in the Rumble and no one talking about it, I guess, apparently, but me. Steve Austin CM Punk confirmed at WrestleMania.
Oh, that would sell more tickets than it has if it hasn't. And the last news story probably is the only person I know that watches this is Eric. One of the presenters from the Great British Bake Off has decided to leave the show, and Sami Zayn has entered his name in the hat to present that show.
You know what? I'm 100% for it. I'm 100% for it. Come on, my dog. You got to make a better cupcake than that.
This cake hasn't risen, my dog.
My dog, look at the moistness of this cake. It's very oozy. I'm 100% for that.
let's get into some AEW.
Oh,
AEW.
you're not gonna break the big story?
What's the big story?
Sasha Banks is going to Wrestle Kingdom.
Well, I have a bigger story, Marcus.
Allegedly.
But, let's go with
No,
this one.
my story's bigger than your story. You want to measure stories, Manny? We can measure stories. I got a bigger story. Okay.
My story's my story's fresh off. I can't remember the word. Hot off the press. There you go.
Every time my story comes out, it's breaking news, Manny. How you like that shit? You want to measure stories here? My story's huge. You talk about your Rose bomb. Check out a Marcus bomb. That's my story.
But Sasha Banks, or recently trademarked Mercedes Varnado for wrestling purposes, is allegedly, because it hasn't been confirmed, but it written out there by Wrestling Insider, I think that's the source, that Sasha Banks will be at New Japan next year.
Yeah, for Wrestle Kingdom. Now, Sasha Banks I'm assuming she's going as Mercedes Varnado, and she's officially done with WWE. Again, can we get some goddamn movement on this storyline? Can someone speak? Can someone speak on what's going on? This has been going on for a year. What's going on with Sasha and Naomi. That's how our year begun, basically. But no, nothing.
It happened in June.
Nothing. Half the year it is. It's been going on forever. Can we get some information? Does anybody have any insight at all? There has to be someone. This can't be a situation where no one knows nothing. No one knows nothing.
Do you want to hear my news, Marcus?
Go ahead.
I'm here today, as of the 8th of December, to announce that the Untitled Manny and Marcus show is entering into the Royal Rumble. We're entering the Royal Rumble.
Yes. And, well, in both entries, Manny will be entering the Men's Rumble. I will be entering the Women's Royal Rumble as being the first male to enter the Women's Royal Rumble, I think. Not counting Santina or anything.
It would bring great shame to his family when he gets thrown out of the Royal Rumble like he's nothing by Rhea Ripley, when she picks him up and then throws him.
I think the embarrassing part is when I try to eliminate myself and I can't climb over the top rope and I injure. I can't get out of here. I can't get out the ring. I'm trying to leave myself. And he hit one woman. I can't believe you hit one woman in the Rumble. It was simply one spot to eliminate yourself, and yet you went straight for Tegan Knox's knees. You immediately tackled her down by the knees for no reason.
Marcus, I don't believe her current. I believe her current knee isn't registered to her body. I believe it belongs to a I don't know, Benjamin. Benjamin Smith.
At this point, her knees is one of the members of used to be a Terminator 2 Judgment Day as one of the T1000's knee. It's a donated knee.
Right, let's get into
what it is right now. Hey, this is a lot of nonsense.
Yeah, it's full of nonsense today. AEW Dynamite kicks off.
What I'm learning now on this channel, it doesn't matter what we do, Manny. As long as we post random videos of Sasha Banks or Toxic Attraction, it's always gonna beat us. We can go out here and give you guys gold and treasure. We give you gold every week. Look at our background. That's gold. Okay, gold. And then on a weekly basis, we are shut up by a random video. Whether it's Manny doing stickers, Eric unboxing shit, Toxic Attraction, no matter what we try. So you know what? I'm no longer trying. I am phoning it in every single week.
It opens up with a Dynamite Diamond Battle Royal. I thought this was actual for the ring. Apparently it's not. Ricky Starks eliminates Ethan Page for the win. MJF comes out immediately, says Bryan Danielson didn't come to work today because he was terrified. Reiterates he's going to be the 4-time Dynamite Ring Champion, and he's going to be the holder of, and still be the holder of the title next week. He calls Ricky the absolute drizzled in shit, or the Rudy Poo candy ass. Calls him the dollar store Dwayne. The Pebble is going to get shipped back to Billy Corgan and the NWA to wrestle on YouTube where he belongs.
Why are you attacking me this way? That would be my Ricky Starks. Like, what the fuck? Why are you coming at me so hard?
I feel like Ricky got him back.
He did.
Ricky got him back good.
Like, well,
to the point where MJF had to retaliate with a kick in the nuts. That's how bad it was.
It was. Your back looked like it was eaten by ants. Your spray's there. Everything's dark on you. Your nose is darker than the rest of your skin. Oh, everything about you is cheap. The cheap car.
That was the worst one. That was the worst one because he went. Your shoes are cheap. Your clothes are cheap.
Your shirt's too tight for you. You do cheap shots. You attack the fans with cheap pops. You go for that. Everything about you is cheap. You're a cheap piece of shit.
And then he speared him out of his shoes.
Yeah. This is after the nut shot. I thought the nut shot should have ended the segment. He just walked away. But Ricky got his spear in. But I want to isolate, before I talk about all the good, I want to isolate that Battle Royal was terrible. It was terrible. It had nobody in it whatsoever. And all these people claiming, I want to be the best. John Moxley walking around, hopping and skipping and duel, talking about, I want to fight somebody. I want to fight somebody. You had a Battle Royal. You can fight anybody and become number one contender or whatever the fuck is you win for winning this Battle Royal. But yet, he chose not to enter. Brian Danielson chose not to enter. You have no creative for Miro, so he's not there. The best we get is Captain Sean Dean and Jungle Boy in this fucking thing. Luchasaurus wasn't in it. Like, no one of any importance was in this goddamn Battle Royal. And I'm going, like, Big Cass or W. Morrissey.
He wasn't even in
chilling.
it.
He wasn't in it, just outside the ring for no reason. Just out there, just doing nothing. The Blade was out there for no reason. The Butcher looked in amazing shape. Looked like he was Santa Claus going raw on everybody. But that whole Battle Royal, I was like, there's no one in this. Why am I watching? But after that, they delivered an amazing segment between MJF and Ricky Starks. The battle promos right there were the elite.
The promo was great from Ricky Starks.
Yeah.
But it's all for nothing, Marcus. He ain't winning next week. He ain't winning next week. And this is the end of it. This is the end of it. Like, Ricky Starks is going to get pushed to the side.
Yeah. Back to dark you go. Or, you know what? I'm not going to send you all the way to dark. Back to Rampage you go.
Eric said, man, I show up and Marcus is wiggling like the big wiggle Norman Smiley. Eric then said, I got an invite to the Battle Royal, but I politely declined.
Nah, this is above. This is below my pay grade here. I don't need to be in this. But yeah, he's gonna lose next week. But I was under the impression that is this his title shot next week, or is it for the battle, the ring next week? I don't know which is.
Both.
It's for both. So you get it all.
Yeah.
So if I were, let's say, the Butcher, and I was in this and I won, do I get the title shot in the ring, or do I only get to fight for the ring?
You only get to fight for the ring because Ricky Starks won that tournament to be number one contender for a title match against MJF at Winter is Coming.
Yeah, but if I was the Butcher and I won and I had to fight for the ring, would I get to fight for the ring at Winter is Coming and MJF had to do a double match?
I have no idea. I don't know what they had planned.
If I'm Ricky Starks, fuck the ring. I would not even into that match. I would be like, all right, Mr. Jungle Boy, go ahead and win this match. Because that was the only, I guess, him or Matt Hardy, I guess. I don't know who else will win this shit. Go ahead. I don't care how tight his tits are, man. He ain't winning any matches.
They're the tightest tits in the game.
I don't care. They never win. Those tits don't win. And the only tits I've seen lose on a consistent basis.
No,
those titties are losing.
Marcus.
Those
Marcus.
tits get 2 thumbs down.
Those titties win. They just never win when it matters.
Damn it, you might be right with that one. I can't even argue. Those tits only win when they win regular season games. They can't win in the postseason. They're the Chris Paul of tits.
The Carmelo Anthony of tits.
They're the Buffalo Bills of tits, or the Dallas Cowboys of tits.
The Tony Romo of tits.
I'm out of tits to compare him to. But I would have let that person win. Then they would have fought MJF the night of Winter is Coming. War pushed him to the limit because everybody goes to the limit. And then I'm Ricky Starks. I picked the bows and I push him to the limit, and I may pick up a victory here. That would be my strategy if that was the case.
If that was the case, the problem was that was never even part of the part of the reasoning for what could happen. You know how they normally like guide you down the path of like, oh, this could happen, like how they normally do, like how they normally go, oh, if Jungle Boy wins next week, he could have fought the champion. I don't know why you had to take a shot at Mark Sanchez. He's a tit of all tits already. He doesn't even need you didn't even need to tell him about losing in the playoffs.
Yeah.
He's the reason of a butt fumble. People remember him for a butt fumble.
Mark Sanchez is the flat, soggy ass of football. That's what he is. He's not even up. Could
Phillip Rivers be one? Phillip Rivers could be one. With his 25 children.
25 kids, yeah. His football league of kids. I heard that the XFL is building its foundation off of Phillip Rivers' kids. Every team gets a quarterback from Phillip Rivers.
It was never part of the narrative. It was never part of the narrative that could have potentially happen.
Like, oh, we can have if they end up with 2 matches this night if Ricky Starks don't win. And his argument would be, oh, well, shit. But other than that, these two delivered an amazing segment. They delivered an amazing segment. Nothing about the Battle Royal I cared about, but the duel of promos. And then I guess the attack. I didn't really care about the attacks as much, but the dual promos really worked. And that they cut each other down.
Yeah, and then Mox cuts a promo, said there's too much talking. This isn't all elite talking. There isn't a Blackpool Microphone Club. Said Hangman Page, if he wants to go again, you know where to find him. But I feel like this show was all about talking.
Yeah.
NXT was all about talking. Everything was about talking for the last 2 days.
Everybody wanted to talk this week. Everybody had something to say. Everybody had an opinion about something this week in wrestling. It wasn't just about, hey, you want a good match? Hold on, let me tell you something. Let me slow this down and explain to you how I feel.
This week was pretty much, let me tell you something, brother.
Like, I don't understand. Again, Moxley can't go out there and say, everybody wants to talk about stuff. You could have entered the Battle Royal. Yeah, I mean, you and Hangman Page both could have entered that.
Everything he did today was talk.
Yeah.
On this episode, all he did was talk.
He did some managing. Apparently, he got his manager license. He's out there.
Samoa Joe versus Darby Allin. This wasn't a match. This was more attempted murder.
No, this was suicide. I would say suicide by Darby, or suicide by Joe.
Darby was fighting for his life.
Yeah, I want to go for the record and say this: Mick Foley falling off the cage and getting his ass whooped by the Undertaker. Got nothing on whatever Darby Allin does on an average day. That's called Darby Allin's Tuesday or Wednesday. Like, my man is missing dives on concrete, being slammed on concrete. doing spinneroonies in the
The
air.
first one out the gate, Marcus, when Samoa Joe just moved out the way of that one. That one looked like it really hurt.
Yeah. I went, ow. And come from me, whose back is struggling these past few days or week or whatever it's been. I was like, God damn, Darby. God damn it. Like, I want to go into a room with Darby Allin and just slap the shit out of him and be like, you know what? You have it coming. You have it coming. And then Eric, because we were on our way to the show, and Eric was like, and he put on Dynamite. He goes, Darby Allin reminds me of Alexa Bliss, and I don't know why. And he says, now I can't unsee it. Now I can't unsee it. I see Alexa Bliss killing herself out there. But anyway, he wasn't done killing himself. After the match, Joe decides to do a muscle buster and a suplex on a skateboard wheel. Which, you know what? At that point, I retired. I retired from the world of wrestling.
That's essentially the equivalent of stepping on a plug, because that isn't good enough to ruin your day.
Yeah. As someone posted on my Instagram, they said, or Facebook, they said the scene that haunts me the most out of any horror movie, it wasn't even a horror movie, it was Home Alone when Mark snaps on the nail. Like, that was the most painful thing they've ever seen.
That nail was huge. That nail was huge.
It was huge, and you could tell he didn't see it coming. It was shot perfectly, and you just go, and his reaction to it, to me, that was Darby Allin falling onto the skateboard on the wheel, going, God,
that nail thing is as close as that's almost being nailed to a cross, Marcus.
Yeah.
And what's happening tomorrow on Roy's Retro? Stone Cold Steve Austin is getting crucified, so stay tuned for that tomorrow. Brilliant segue.
Can I also say Steve Austin getting crucified on that show? Because I didn't say this on the show, I don't think. But him being crucified by The Undertaker on that show, I imagine that's what Jesus was feeling like, cussing him out. Going, you good piece of shit. I'm going to get my revenge.
I'm the son of God. I'm the son of God.
That's what Steve Austin was yelling. I'm the son of God. And someone's like, you're from Senegal? You're from Senegal? No, I'm the son of God.
I don't think Senegal existed at that point.
Neither did Jesus. I'm just playing joking. I'm joking. Not attacking anybody. Don't come at me. Don't come at me, bro. Don't come at me.
Then we had a whole match that I could not care less about. Jake Hager and Daniel Garcia versus Claudio and Wheeler Yuta. How long has this thing been going on for? The JS versus the BCC?
I don't care. See, this was going on, and I went, I don't give a fuck. But I want to go back to the Joe and Darby segment. Joe has a match at Final Battle this week against Juice Robinson. What? Instead of building toward that match, for the Ring of Honor TV title. Yeah, I love that that's breaking news to you, Manny. Going, what? They actually said it on the show. And I'm going, instead of building toward that match, Wardlow makes the save for Darby Allin. We don't hear anything from Juice.
Oh, well, so coming out of that press conference, I think so Dynamite is going to change as of next week. Not dramatically, just less ROH. Which makes me believe that FTR are finally losing those titles.
Well, I think they need to go on their dumping their titles tour if their contract's up in April, because it don't look like they staying there, especially if they're not in that video game. Punk's in a video game. I want my career mode to CM Punk and fight forever. That's what I want. When you have to navigate dealing with kids and being hurt and dealing with fucking children.
Tony Schiavone basically plays Regal's last words in AEW. Said the Blackpool Combat Club don't need him. All three of them can teach Wheeler Yuta. He wanted his last lesson for them to always stay one step ahead. Keep your eyes at the back of your head.
What's this message? You can raise Wheeler Yuta. You don't need me. You never needed your father here. You can raise him. Brian Danielson at home going, ain't this some shit?
Mox just moves on. Mox just looks confused and moves on to his feud with JS, and then all three of them are making statements. I was like, okay.
Yeah, Manny, When is this feud, back to what you were saying earlier, the JS and Blackpool Combat Club, which needs to retitle themselves since the one person from Blackpool turned on them. When is this feud going to end with the Jericho Society? Because
apparently this Saturday. Apparently it ends this Saturday.
We've had like 3 blow-off matches. I was at one at Double or Nothing. That was last year, you know, with the Anarchy Everywhere. We've had Blood and Guts. It just seems like, why are we continuing this? We've had the blow. This is the Nation versus Ken Shamrock. It is a never-ending story. And it's not going anywhere. It's not like it's building anybody up. The most character development we got out of the story is Jake Hager has a new hat. That's pretty much it.
And he
That's
loves
the
that
only
hat.
thing we got out of that. And he loves it. Although it was punted into the crowd.
Eric, we'll put your other question at the end of AEW. The disappointing thing about that match is that Darby cut some really good promos back in the day about that title, and it was squandered with this match.
Yeah.
Yeah, even the promo package before the match where there was a Miro sighting of Miro defeating him for the title.
It's heartbreaking.
I think everything about Darby has gone lost ever since he was partnered with Sting. I think that for me is when Darby kind of lost his way.
Well, no, I still think he still has some of that. I enjoy some of the Sting stuff they've done, but I think that even when he was TNT champion, I think he was with Sting.
Yeah, but I think he's been hit ever since he was with Sting. He was kind of being held back.
Here's my conspiracy. I don't know. I'm a conspiracy theorist now. Why not? Everybody else is. Darby hasn't been the same since Cody left. I think he was a Cody guy. Think about it that way. The TNT title meant something. That was a Cody belt. Cody was the first person to put Darby on and be like, you guys need to see this little motherfucker. Where I was like, this guy in fucking booty shorts is something. And I ridiculed him on this show only to learn that, you know what? He's not that bad. He's a pretty good wrestler. Although I ill-advise everything he's done. But since Cody has left, Darby has been diminished as a talent on this show.
Yeah, I agree with that. The House of Black say AEW has become corrupted and it's sick and dying because of people pointing fingers whilst holding shovels in their hands they use to dig graves for others. Carrying on with the shovel theme, Marcus.
Yep.
Last week's shovel video.
Yeah. Shovels brings in the views. But continually, the House of Black, we're back and we're doing the same shit we did before, talking nonsense.
Yeah, but this time they had more nonsense. It's like now it's time for the House to put down the corruption. He asked Julia Hart, "What's the crime?" She says treason. Buddy, what's the verdict? He said war. And then he asked Mr. Brody King, for the sentence. But Brody King decides to say way more than he should have when he could have just said extermination.
Yeah. Blah, 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 extermination. But there was some nonsense, or they're about to go attack the Capitol. That's what it sounds like. We lost the election. Herschel Walker lost. We were the House of Black and we supported Herschel Walker. So now what we're going for is war and treason or whatever the fuck they're talking about.
And then we've got
House of Black.
Then we go 3 back-to-back women's segments. Jamie Hayter had a segment of what was the point of that? Because the only thing she made of note was to highlight the point of Sheeta's titles mean nothing because they are not AEW titles.
Finally, someone tells everybody in this company all these non-titles that don't have these 3 initials on our show mean nothing. And it's no disrespect to any other title, but if I have a TV show and my characters wrestle for this TV show, the other TV show that you will participate on mean nothing on this TV show. Thank you, Jamie Hayter, for clarifying all this.
Yeah, other than that, that her segment meant nothing. That's the first time we hear from the champion properly. Just a boring backstage filmed segment with Tony Schiavone. Then we move into a 6-woman tag with Jade Cargill, Layla Gray, Red Velvet versus Kira Hogan and Sky Blue and some old lady named Madison Rain.
dirty. I had to think of who the other person was. He said some old lady, and then when you hit Massive Rain, I went, "Oh, that's me. That's me."
Marcus, to be fair, in the notes, I didn't even write that. Then
It was a shoot. Minnie just went after Madison Rain mid-sentence. Was like, "Oh, I can attack her here."
And then Jade pins the old lady, and that was the end of the match. And then we get
Old lady is like 32. And Minnie's like, "Oh,
no, she ain't.
she's not that old.
She looks old.
She looks old. That's what happens when you have kids, Betty. That's what happens." Madison Rain, I'm going to say she's 35.
36.
Hey.
She's my age. Technically, I am old.
Age shaming, even though him and Madison Rain went to the same high school together.
Britt and Saraya look like it's going to continue. Britt Baker challenges to a tag match in January.
Player. Yeah.
Which are Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter versus Saraya and someone.
Yeah, I don't know why I wanted her to sound like I'm trying to a tag team match, player. You find somebody, and I got my people. I got the champ. I got the champ back at me.
Which nicely leads into the main event between the Acclaimed and FTR. Just best match of the week, easily.
Yeah. There goes Uncle Dax out there. We're trying to win the rest of the year. Can't win any matches.
Who's letting him down? Cash Wheeler's letting him down.
You took that pin this week. I took the pin this week, but you went out there and fought Brian Danielson and took that loss last week. Hey, man. Those are singles. We don't lose tag matches, okay? We don't lose tag matches. I don't know how you go on Twitter and talk about how you should be number one over the Usos when you can't handle the Acclaim. You couldn't handle the Acclaim, my dog. That's what he said report.
Well, to be fair, and I listened to you guys yesterday, then you can't argue that. You're the champions of 3 companies. Yeah, I barely see you defend those titles anywhere.
Yeah, it's insanely difficult when they do have matches. Like, oh, where are they? What show is this? BTW. Return of the Dragon. I gotta watch this, and that's not even for the titles. No, that's a 6-man with Ricky Steamboat.
And then obviously, they also rate scoreless over kayfabe as well, like storyline. They haven't been in any storylines.
No. I think they got disqualified from winning Tag Team of the Year when they got excluded from their own fucking company's video game.
So yeah,
imagine Dana be going, "No, Usos, you're not in this game." Okay, I guess not.
Yeah, I firmly believe that the Usos being number 1 is correct.
Yeah, it is correct. But this was a really good match. Not to shit on anybody else.
Yeah,
this is a really good main event. I'm happy that the Acclaim got the main event of the show. I'm happy that they cared about the tag team match. They put out a good effort. I even like the finish of the nice little roll-up pin that Cass looked really shocked, like, "Oh shit, I lost." I was all for it. But then,
but I think did you think? So I'm going to ask you this question: the sharpshooter spot. Do you think that was first of all? Do you think that's Billy Gunn backing his boy, the Road Dogg?
Why not? Why not? Why not? Or the FTR going against them because they're going against Billy Gunn and they're bringing out Bret Hart sharpshooter. It can go either way.
No. So if the FTR applied the sharpshooter,
you're right.
That's them going against their boys. So I think I feel like it's the Acclaim helping Daddy Ass back his boy, the Road Dogg.
Whatever. Although Cass's rap of FTR find a remote is a terrible. I was like, oh, that's mean. That's mean. Childish bastards. Cheeky bastard, you.
And then, do you think you have to adjust your end of year rankings for best match?
Why?
Because yours is FTR versus them boys, right?
Briscoe. Yeah. The best 2 out of 3 fall. And that one, I argue with that one and Sheamus and Gunther back and forth for my favorite matches of the year, and it was really hard. It was really hard.
I feel. Do you know what? This could make a top 10. I think for the year. This tag match.
But you're talking about the Acclaimed
The
and
Acclaimed
FTR,
FTR.
or
The Acclaimed and FTR. I enjoyed
Wow.
it, and
yeah,
given that this episode of Dynamite was kind of just there, this
Yeah.
is probably the only highlight of this episode of Dynamite, and maybe the
I-
promos at the beginning. Everything
Yeah.
else I couldn't give a shit about.
yeah. I'm only going if we ever do Dynamite is Dynamite Retro or whatever, whatever the hell we call that show. 20 years from now, I'm gonna probably be like, oh yeah, I remember when Darby killed himself on a skateboard, or just these two promos, and then this main event go like, oh yeah. But yeah, that'll probably be the only three things I remember from the show.
Yeah,
Like I wouldn't call the show horrible. I'll say it's convoluted, and when I say it's convoluted, even the ending of this match, which was fantastic, and if you want to get put in your top 10, top 5 matches of the year, I have no problem with that. It makes sense. It's an amazing match, fundamentally sound. The Acclaim never looked better. I'm going to say that as well.
do you know what? I do feel like they looked even better in the match they lost to Swerve and Keith Lee at the pay-per-view.
This
what
one
was it? Full Gear? Or no, it wasn't Full Gear. What was the one before that? It was Full Gear, wasn't it? It was Full Gear.
That's Full Gear. Oh, Full Gear was the one that just happened, right? They won that one.
So what was the one with Punk when Punk?
That was All Out.
The fallout at All Out.
Yeah, you gotta put the media scrub. All Out media scrub. Oh, All Out. But or it was. Didn't they win it at the Grand Slam?
They won it. Yeah, they won it at Grand Slam. I don't think. I think the match before that at All Out.
Yeah,
All Out was better.
It was All Out. Yeah. Oh, it was better than FTR.
No, better than their match at Grand Slam.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was probably their best match, but this is probably up there. I'll put these two. I'll probably argue with both of those matches as their best match.
Yeah.
But they've gotten a lot better over time, and they seem to be improving. And it could be just their opponents that they make them look.
I also think it's the Billy Gunn effect. Billy Gunn was a trainer at NXT. He knows what he's doing. Yeah. There are people backstage at AEW that do know what they're doing. It's just whether the people actually give them time to listen.
Yeah. Yo, listen. He says it every review. That man knows how to listen because he tells us to listen every week. So with this going down as a fantastic match, I just think it's kind of weird that coming onto the Tron was the Gun Club, and they have a note from the Briscoes who are not legally allowed. Who are not legally allowed on TV, who wrote something in chicken blood to the losing team talking about, hey, we challenge you for your Ring of Honor titles. I just seen this team lose. If anybody has a claim to those Ring of Honor titles, it's the Acclaim. Like, how dare you throw your name in a hat? We just beat the champs. We just beat them on TV for our titles. We should be able to take their titles. I'm just saying, it just seems a little weird that we want to find out who the best tag team in the world is. Well, the best tag team just won. At best, they're the third best tag team. If you want to make the argument of any tag team being a tag team, because they just lost clean in the middle of the ring. But a double dog collar match.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
Yeah, I don't.
I honestly don't know how that works. Does each tag partner get dog collar to the other person on the tag team, or is it 4 attached to one chain?
I feel like that'd just be hilarious. 4 on a chain, like, hey, I'm trying to do a spot here. Can you guys walk over? Oh yeah. But no, I think it's 1 to each. Like, I think Dax would be getting with Mark or Jay, or Cash would be with Mark and Jay. So I'm assuming.
I mean, it is something I'll probably check out Sunday morning.
Yeah, I definitely is not paying for it, but I will.
Even if I did pay for it, I wouldn't watch it because it's on the same time the England game's on. It's on the same time if there's a Saturday show this Saturday. Yeah, it's going to be on about the same time as that.
Why the fuck are they going? Like, this is a poor day to do a pay-per-view. Like, if you want Ring of Honor to succeed, you don't go against college football.
There is no
You
college
don't go
football. That's
against
what they were talking about.
Oh. College football is done. You're right. Maybe it's not fine. Yeah. Forget whatever argument I had right there. I would love to be a lawyer and have to do that. Hey, that didn't happen. Huh? Well, Your Honor, I rest my case. Fuck.
There's nothing on Sunday either. I don't know why they just didn't put it on Sunday.
Because they're not about that life. They don't want to conform to Sunday, Manny. I don't know.
So Eric asked, I don't know if he's still here. I have a question for you guys. Is it bad form to fast forward through segments you don't care for when watching wrestling, or do you just sit through the entire show no matter how bad? Well, when you review a show for when you have to review the show, you have to watch all of it, Eric.
Yeah. Because you got, if it is bad, you have to say how bad it is. That's like being a movie critic and going like, I don't want to see this scene. Let me skip over this. Sorry, Top Gun Maverick, I'm skipping the scene. I don't need to watch them play what was the football on the beach? Whatever.
Yeah. Reverse football.
Reverse
dual
football, whatever the fuck
dual
it
football.
was.
There was 2 games going on at once.
It was 2 balls at the same time.
Yeah.
How the hell this work?
I've never seen that before in my life till then.
Yeah. Now it's a competitive sport, and LeBron James is paying somebody $1 million a year to do it. But yeah, you can't skip it if you're reviewing the show. But if you are a casual fan and you just want to watch some shows, yeah, it'd be some skippable moments. This is a skippable moment.
Top Gun is my movie of the year.
It was an awe-inspiring movie, to be honest. It was like, oh shit, they came hot. I wasn't expecting this.
Worst movie of the year, Morbius.
Morbius was so bad, and I haven't watched it. But from what I hear, it's so bad that it's not only the worst movie of this year, it is considered the worst movie of next year and a year after that. Like, oh, we re-released some Morbius. Oh, yep. With that being said, we spent 50 minutes of this show. I think we could breeze through the NXT deadline.
We spent 20 minutes on nonsense today.
Yeah.
And that was just the opening. Thumbnails. That was just the opening. We have done nonsense since during AEW. It was NXT opened up with Von Wagner, Axiom, and Andre.
Can't start a sentence like that.
It was actually a good opening match. Axiom wins and pins Wagner. I didn't think they'd let Wagner take the fall.
Yeah, I thought Wagner was going to be the one to win.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I didn't go in just going like, oh, you know who's going to win this? Axiom or Andre Chase. But I'm going to say this, Manny. Von Wagner's getting better, but I don't think he has a personality.
I can't buy it. I just can't buy it.
I think he's getting better in the ring.
So I got breaking news, Marcus.
Ooh.
Brutus Creed called Ivy Nile a bitch because she got Julius Creed medically disqualified this week.
Well, I'm going breaking news, Manny. Because my news have to be bigger than yours. NXT has fired the trainer in the back due to Ivy Niles being a better doctor than him by going check his ribs. Huh?
Marcus, how
was half-assing his job. He's had concussions in 2 days.
How do you check ribs, Marcus?
I poke him in the stomach.
You lift up the shirt and then you look. He just looked at the guy. He's wearing a hoodie. Oh, those feel swollen. We gotta go over there. It's like you didn't even look at it. I could have just had a big lunch.
I'm backed up. I'm bloated. I got gas.
I'm on my period.
Just give me some ginger ale. Just give me some ginger ale.
What kind of old lady medicine do you go for? Ginger ale.
Man, ginger ale is not only old lady medicine. That is just black medicine in general. It heals everything. It heals everything. You got a headache? Drink a ginger ale. Your stomach hurts? Here's a ginger ale. Oh my God, your blood pressure's too high? Here's a ginger ale. It all works.
That reminds me of the Chris Rock joke, the Robitussin joke.
Yeah, that's it.
Braun and Apollo go fishing.
Apollo ain't never been fishing before, and at this point, if I'm Braun Breaker, all I'm thinking about, can this nigga swim? Because I might not have a match in deadline.
Apollo accuses Braun of stealing his moves.
Yep. You do a moonsault? I do a moonsault.
And how many more are you gonna take? Maybe a couple more.
At this point, I want these two to either fuck or become a tag team because it's 2 dates. The third date is at deadline. They're gonna get it on.
Marcus, he ain't gone. Scripps is back with a video package.
Scripps is back and he's shooting on everybody. I can't. People judging me already. A script by is coming. You done a book, but I'm gonna rewrite my life. Okay, all right. Y'all back up. It's me, Reggie. But back up. Let me try.
He's all right.
All right. The math didn't work. Scripps is just tearing up his life.
Big Body Harvey wants someone else to interview him because Mackenzie is anti-Big Body Harvey. So Ikemen Jiro, aka Jacket Time, she asked him about what he thinks about Big Body. He said, "Big Body Chicken."
Hey, I'll put a record, and I want this. Big Bobby Harvey is my favorite person on NXT. I enjoy these segments so much because he's so full of shit. It's so entertaining. And Mackenzie calling him out on his bullshit. There's so many
I don't think it works unless
Yeah.
there's a Mackenzie.
Who just immediately is the audacity of this guy. Just to lie to my face on a weekly basis. All the wrestlers in wrestling lie. Carmelo Anthony is lying. Grayson Waller out there lying. But she feels the need to call out Big Body on a consistent basis on his lies and nonsense. Because he didn't want none of the beer in this year. He didn't want none of that.
No.
When he walked out there.
He faked an injury. Like a real an important person out there.
Like Thunder Rosa. Ooh,
you went too far.
Too far.
Sanger and Veer kill a guy. This is when Big Body Harvey makes the right decision to fake an injury and go to the back. They get on the mic. They respectfully decline the Creed Boys challenge because they are not met 100%. Out come the Creeds, and they have a pathetic pull apart of being kept away.
Yeah. I respect that in this year is out there causing pure havoc. I was like, hell nah. I want you at 100%. I want no excuses. I want to destroy you limb from limb. I would have wanted one that Ivy Downs is out there saying, nah, they ain't medically cleared. Again, I want to fire that doctor. These guys could have had a concussion. They could have had a broke toe or nothing. He did a half-ass check of, look good to me. And then Ivy Downs was like, check him. Oh.
Marcus, you saw the check he did on Nikita Lyons last week. He was just rubbing her in her thigh.
Yeah. He's a fake. I'm gonna call him out and say he's a fake doctor. He's Leonardo DiCaprio and Catch Me If You Can. He's a fake doctor. He somehow got this job.
We get Zion Quinn versus the Don Tony D. Tony squashed him with ease. And he said during his physical therapy he made some new connections. But he's coming for Wesley and that North American title. Wesley welcomes him back, and he said he's got his shot after he's done with Dijak. Dijak calls D'Angelo a scumbag from the streets. As long as he stays out of his way, he won't have to clean up those streets. Tells Wesley to keep his name out of his mouth because he has a special way of dealing with repeat offenders. I couldn't tell if that was racist or not.
No, it was borderline. It was borderline, but considering what Dijak is right now, which is basically Robert De Niro, a taxi driver, I guess, or the big boss man, I don't know. He's going for both gimmicks at this point. Yeah, scumbag from the streets. Why are you talking like Batman?
Oh, I know what I did there. In my notes, I wrote Duke the Dumpster Drosy versus Val Venus. But that's Hank Walker versus Charlie Dempsey.
I feel like the joke works better when you go, what did I do? Oh, I know what I did here. Drosy versus Charlie Dempsey.
I said Val versus Val Venus.
I mean, I know. But I think the wrestler that's referred to the most as in this was a different time is Duke the Dumpster Drosy. And whenever I hear that name, it makes me instantly laugh. And I see all 5,000 of his matches flash before my eyes. Why did this happen? Who thought this was gonna make money? This garbage man.
Vince thought it'd make money.
Duke the Dumpster's gonna make me rich.
Charlie basically punishes Hank Walker through this match in various submission holds.
Yeah.
While Gulak was watching.
I appreciate that. I'm glad Gulak has something to do. He's a talented wrestler, you know. He fixed NXT more than he does the main roster, or you know, both of these guys. I think them working together is going to be a lot of fun. But the entire time I was watching this match, I wanted Real Regal to walk out on stage going, "Ha ha, Tony, I lied." First thing he said, "You think I wasn't going to show up? I'm hanging around my boy. I'm hanging around my son.
Boy, that's my son."
That's how I want Regal's debut to return on Raw. I want Drew Gulak to beat the shit out of him, or Beer to get the. Are we sure it's not Gallows?
It does look like Gallows.
The innovator of the trash can lid. I want to say, if Regal could come back after Charlie Dempsey gets his ass whooped by, I don't know, I'm going to say all the way up to Walter or something. He fights someone, or Sheamus, or Drew, or someone that's a monster, and he fights him, and Real Regal's re-debut as my son.
That's my
boy. Yeah, my boy. I would love for that.
Just put Charlie Dempsey in Imperium right now. Just do it.
It makes
more
sense.
I know he's not Austrian, German, or Italian. You could do with a strong hitting white guy.
Yeah, and he's a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit. And I think he fits the mold. He's better than Wolf. I know
anyone's better than Wolf.
Who may be on his way back since Triple H is digging up everybody. Triple H is going to the back. I can't find my Alexander Wolf. Stephanie, do we really need it? Yes, honey. Yes.
He spent so long burying people, he's now having to undig them. Stephanie, give me my shovel.
Give me my shovel. Oh no, you're going back to the ring? No, I'm unburying everybody. You know who has a shovel? Cody has a shovel. It's a golden one. Oh yeah, that was mine. I let Cody use it when he went to AEW.
All I have in my head is that scene from the Avengers Endgame. He's like, Tony, Cap, on your left. You just Triple H digging. And then just people keep appearing.
Oh shit, that was Duke the Dumpster Drosy. I didn't mean to bring you over here.
I dug too far.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Sergeant Slaughter's Magic Lacey Evans. All these people are coming back. I honestly had the scene from The Incredibles. Stephanie, where's my Alexander Wolf? What? Where is my Alexander Wolf?
So we get Pretty Deadly and their Christmas story. The New Day make their way to the ring after the story. They challenge Pretty Deadly at Deadline for their titles.
Look forward to this.
These lot are setting up pretty deadly for success. Like, look at the people they've defeated so far.
Yep.
A good list of people.
They have a long list.
Yeah.
Creeds and everybody else.
I think they're gonna be on the main roster pretty soon. From the way it looks.
Yeah, and I believe they're main roster worthy. I think they're extremely entertaining on everything they do. And they know how to generate heat. Like, even the simple fact of the other guy sitting in the other guy's lap so they can read a story, and that crowd just going, what the fuck?
I know, like, instantly. It's like they haven't seen a gay couple before or whatever.
Yeah. Like, it was like, in Florida?
How dare you?
In California, things like that would get cheered. I'm just saying. Oh, look how happy that beautiful couple is. But the fact that he sat on his lap and started reading the story, and I was like, this story makes no sense. But I'm entertained. I'm entertained by everything they do. Every plate they do.
I know. The first few they got to have is with the maximum male models.
You guys get out of here. Get your tacky outfits. I do miss Lash. I think they need to bring back Lash.
They do need
whatever
Lash.
Reason.
Where is she? Where is Tiffany Stratton? Where is the girl with the son? I saw the girl with the son on Twitter the other day. She was playing with a fucking dog and not being on NXT is what she was doing.
You're not sick. You call I'm sick every day at work. You're not sick.
Playing with a Labrador. I want to play with a Labrador.
Yeah, stop enjoying your life. You get back to that sun business. You get back in the sun.
You get back into coming out looking like a schoolgirl, and then you see the power of the sun, and you come out like a warrior.
Yeah. Goddamn Transformer.
Marcus, I honestly want that. I want that to be available on WWE Shop. I would buy it in an instant.
I can see Manny in his house playing the music. Work, damn it. He gonna walk out the house. Oh, I still don't have hair. This is stupid. They promised me everything with this.
Thea Hell loses
I'm missing the smoke. You get that smoke.
Thea Hell loses to Isla Dawn. Alba Fire attacks after the end of the match. Nothing need to said about that.
Okay, I want to make two tag teams out of the show. Isla Dawn and what you call them, and Alba Fire just needs to be a tag team. We need to make these women tag teams a thing, and I think they would make a good tag team anyway. They're both kind of witches. One's a fire witch, and one's a witch. And then Apollo and Braun Breaker will be my other tag team. Just make it happen. They do the same moves anyway. It help Braun Breaker ass too.
Let me get Edris Enofe and Malik Blade versus Briggs and Jensen. This match was fine till Wagner came out and attacked OJ, and the Cowboys get the win.
Yeah, this is over some nonsense in the back though. I'm enjoying it. So who's doing a TikTok?
The thing is, this is the second time in 2 weeks they've done this, because last week they did it with Elektra Lopez hating on Indy Hartwell.
Yeah. But they did the TikTok, and I don't even know what happened, but it was like, all right. And it looks like they teased a heel turn of those guys. Let me tell you, Manny, I was rooting against Jensen and Briggs.
I root against them. And then
can't help it.
Kiana James' assistant puts a letter or an invitation in that guy's jacket.
Yeah, this is her sliding in his DMs. Why did you have that picture on standby? Why is that picture on standby, Manny? Why was that picture? Why was that
Marcus,
picture?
Marcus, look at the
let me use this one. Let me use
Marcus,
this one.
Marcus, this is the thumbnail, and you question why this is available.
No, this is just extra. That's just extra. You're like, I can't wait to get to this segment.
Actually, I posted that on the mid-card mess about 2 hours ago, and Raf instantly posted, what is her name? So obviously he wanted to Google search this person.
I don't want to hear what he wanted to do with this person. Okay?
Telling you now, he would have looked like this after he found out who it was.
Hey there.
Indy Hot
What
Rod.
is her name, Manny? Does she even have a name?
It begins with
just
G. I
assistant?
can't pronounce it. It's Italian. I can't pronounce it.
She's Italian?
Yeah.
a keeper.
Indy Hartwell defeats Fallon Henley and Wendy Chu. Marcus, has she stolen Will Ospreay's finisher or one of his signatures?
Maybe. Nah.
It's just with less theatrics. It's just with less theatrics that Will Ospreay does.
Yeah. He gotta.
He got to take the elbow pad off.
Yeah. In a way, yeah, but not done as good.
Indy calls her a shot against Mandy Rose.
Yeah, and she walks up to the Toxic Lounge. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna beat your ass. Indy, you're not winning. You need to go to the main roster. Ladies and gentlemen, that's 2,000 views right there. Ladies and gentlemen, that's 2,000 views. Nothing happened in there. Although I'm going to say, for the record, I was compelled by the Toxic Attraction going live before NXT and the merchandise truck and the confusion that happened and all of that. It was fucking hilarious before anybody had watched it. Because they were like, I don't know why we're in this truck. We're going to give the merchandise. We're going to surprise the fans. And then there's some guy on camera going, hey, shut this shit down. We're not doing this. And Manny's like, what? Why? You guys are going to get swarmed because there's no security here. And they're going, oh, shit. And then you learn that JC Jane is also known as Toasty. And I don't know why.
But Marcus, also in that video is that woman that nearly got killed by Von Wagner with the ladder.
Yes.
And then the segment that was funny and then just a mess was the Grayson Waller effect with all the men from Deadline, from the new unique Deadline match.
Yeah, I hated the segment. It just seemed it was all over the place.
It was all over the place. It was funny, but all over the place.
Yeah. But I don't know if anybody's done the Grayson Waller effect on Instagram. It's such a better feed because you get everything that goes in there, and then you randomly get, when the show's over or commercial, you get Grayson Waller just arguing with fans and cursing. He's just like,
this week,
there's nothing PG about anything he does.
This week, I didn't watch it, but this week he could. If you watched it, I'm guessing you got to watch him fly through the air.
Yeah, and I was upset. I was like, oh no, I didn't know he was gonna fly.
But yeah, for me, Dynamite wins out of the two of these this week. I didn't really enjoy NXT nearly as much.
Well, once you got a guy fishing on your show, it's like you lose for me. Once that happens, it's like, what are we doing? Are we even trying?
So that was NXT. They kind of just there.
Yeah, I mean, Deadlines this week. They did their worst ratings of like in the past 20 years or whatever it's been on. They did barely 500.
They didn't. I don't think they sold Deadline very well either.
No. I think they sold Deadline as well as AEW sold me on Final Battle this week. I'm gonna watch it because wrestling guy here. But neither show deserves our attention.
Yeah. So on that note, I'm gonna end it like William Regal did. Like the video and subscribe. It's been emotional. Peace.